With Donald Trump back in the White House, the world is buzzing, and the global ripple effects are about to hit hard. Today we're diving into the countries that could either thrive or dive under Trump's next term. From geopolitical power plays to economic shakeups, get ready for some jaw-dropping insights. Let's start with the countries that could really cash in on Trump's win. These nations might just be popping some champagne, but it won't be all smooth sailing. Russia is first on our list, and it's a bit of a roller coaster. Economically, Russia stands to gain big time if Trump lifts or loosens sanctions. That means a boom for Russian oil and gas exports, possibly leading to skyrocketing energy profits. And if Trump's NATO stance stays soft, Russia might find some breathing room to stretch its influence in Eastern Europe. But it's not all good news. Trump's unpredictability might still keep Russia on edge, especially if US military presence creeps back near Russian borders. So, while there's a lot to gain, there's a lot to lose too. Russia's playing a high-stakes game. Saudi Arabia could see a huge win with Trump back in office. Trump's pro-oil stance means more US demand for Saudi oil and possibly higher prices, which could mean billions in revenue for the kingdom. And remember, Trump's administration in the past has backed Saudi political moves in the Middle East, giving Riyadh even more leverage in the region. But with oil at the center of this friendship, it's an alliance that comes with strings attached. Next up, we've got Israel, and they might be one of the biggest winners. Trump's unwavering support means continued US backing for their political stances, military aid, and possibly even more regional peace deals that benefit Israel's security and economy. Think defense contracts, trade deals, and even tech collaborations. But with regional tensions as high as ever, that support could fuel more friction in the Middle East. The UK, in post-Brexit mode, could stand to benefit hugely from Trump's emphasis on making a strong trade deal. Trump's business-first mindset might mean new opportunities for British industries trying to expand across the Atlantic. And let's not forget the potential alignment on global issues, from defense spending to a strong Western alliance. But just as much as they'll benefit, the UK might also face some challenges. If Trump pressures NATO allies to ramp up defense spending, Britain's already stretched budget could feel the strain. Still, a renewed special relationship with the US could be a lifeline for the UK as it navigates its post-Brexit future. Now let's flip the coin and talk about the countries that could really struggle under Trump's policies. From tough economic hits to political clashes, these nations might have to brace for some stormy weather. First up, China. If there's one relationship that could get frostier, it's between the US and China. Trump has a track record of going toe-to-toe with Beijing, and that could mean a return of tariffs, trade restrictions, and tech battles that hit both economies hard. But it's not just about trade. With Trump's support for Taiwan and potential US military drills in the South China Sea, we could be looking at one of the tensest US-China periods in modern history. This rivalry is high stakes, and the world's watching closely. Iran could face some tough days ahead. Trump's hardline stance on Iran in his previous term led to intense sanctions, which crippled Iran's economy, especially its oil exports. A Trump comeback might mean the return of those sanctions in full force. And if diplomatic channels close up, we could see the US and Iran inching dangerously close to open conflict. Tensions in the Middle East could flare up like never before, impacting the entire region. Countries like Poland, Estonia, and Lithuania could be feeling the heat. With Trump's past criticisms of NATO, these nations might worry that US support could wane just as Russian influence in Eastern Europe grows. If Trump pushes NATO to pay more without solidifying American commitment, Eastern Europe could be caught in a risky security dilemma. For these nations, it's like walking a tightrope between protecting their borders and hoping the US doesn't take a back seat in NATO. And then there's Mexico, right on America's doorstep. With Trump's return, we're likely to see a tougher stance on immigration and border security. This could mean stricter policies that impact migrant families, cross-border communities, and even US-Mexico trade under the USMCA agreement. Stricter immigration policies could lead to economic strains on both sides of the border and could deeply impact the lives of millions with cross-border connections. Now here are some countries that might see both gains and challenges under a Trump presidency. The stakes are high, and for these nations, Trump's term could swing in either direction. North Korea is one of the biggest wild cards. Trump's previous meetings with Kim Jong-un shook the world, and we could see more unconventional diplomacy. While North Korea might benefit from potential talks with the US, the risk of unpredictable escalation is always on the table. Whether this leads to peace or new tensions, only time will tell. There you have it, the global winners and losers of Trump's second term. With each of these countries navigating new challenges and opportunities, the next 4 years are set to be a geopolitical thriller. From trade deals to military maneuvers, the world is watching as Trump shakes up the global stage yet again. What do you think? Will these countries thrive or struggle? Comment below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more information that may have impact on economic wealth and investments. Stay tuned.